youtube.com/MugenLord. Subscribe to the channel for gaming news, updates, discussion, and live streams. Signing off.
Hey guys, this is MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another video. This video is going to be quite different. This is going to be a bit of a rant. This is pretty much uncuffed, no script, and just me just ranting and just giving my opinion and concerns about a particular title that's been on my mind for quite a while, and I haven't really talked about it much or at all on this channel, and that's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now the thing is, I have a lot of issues with this game. Even though the game is not out yet, I know a lot of you guys may even flame me for this or may disagree with me, and that's fine. That's why I love this channel, because I love to hear your opinions, and if you think I'm wrong about feeling the way I feel, just definitely let me know in the comment section below. But I'm definitely concerned about this game. It's because it's just something about the Dragon Ball license ever since Bandai Namco and just Bandai in general came together with Namco, is like that Bandai Namco has pretty much been running these anime licensed games into the ground. Now, I don't want to get into deep into just anime games in general. I'm gonna say that for another topic. I just want to just focus on one title in particular, and that's Dragon Ball Z. But it just seemed like with Bandai Namco right now, what they're doing with these franchises, especially Dragon Ball Z, is it's the same thing over and over and over again. They just cashing in on the properties. They're not really doing anything to evolve or try something different or experiment with the game to make it feel fresh, make it engaging, and to also just bring in newer players and people who maybe not into anime, but they'll give it a try because of how refreshing the experience is with the anime licensed properties. So to me, I believe, in my humble opinion, that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot will suck, and if it doesn't suck, it will probably be mediocre at best. And here's why. To me, it seemed like they put little effort into it. It's like they just take small upgrades while removing other features, and in my opinion, it looks like it's nothing more than a Dragon Ball Xenoverse with more things to do in it. They decided to go open world, which I think is a pretty good idea and is a great direction to go, because you want to relive some of those things or some of the stuff that's in scenes that you have seen growing up as a kid watching Dragon Ball Z. But then at the same time, how many times we're going to play through the same sagas? How many times we're going to see Goku coming in to fight Nappa and Vegeta, and how many times we're going to see the fight between Piccolo and Goku fighting Raditz? How many times we're going to see the Android Saga, the Buu Saga, so forth and so on? How many times they're going to keep running these stories and just adding slight different scenes or some Easter eggs or some different ways to play those sagas that we had played numerous of times before in the past with past Dragon Ball games? Now, to me, I think with this game, it concerns me a lot from looking at the gameplays they had posted up at different conventions and everything, and just uploading them in general. The thing that bothers me is the lack of real story and RPG progressions, and what I mean by that is, for a perfect example, now at the beginning of the Saiyan saga, you pretty much had the arrival of Raditz. Now, we watched the anime, some of you guys read the manga, and which I'm not really a manga guy, but watching the anime, there was a progression as far as Goku's power level and everything. Now, the thing is, at the beginning of that saga, when they encountered Raditz, Goku had the ability to fly, no doubt about that. But if you noticed in the anime, especially at the beginning, he more so relied on Nimbus. Now, I know in the game you can fly Nimbus, but also when you look at Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, you can fly Nimbus and you can also fly around yourself. So what's the purpose of having Nimbus? Now, also when Raditz kidnapped Gohan, and two rivals that they come together, which is Goku and Piccolo, they teamed up together to fight Raditz. Now, in the gameplays that they showed and everything as far as progression and power is what I'm talking about, is when you fight, when you reenact and redo this battle and relive this scene, Goku and Piccolo are flying around, throwing heavy blasts and fireballs at Raditz, which never really occurred. Now, I understand it's a video game, but if we're going to follow the anime, I would love to see that progression. Me as a player, watch Goku evolve as a fighter. I want to be at the beginning, only rely on Nimbus and don't really do any flying until after that experience and encounter with Raditz. And if you look at the combat, especially fighting Raditz, Goku and Piccolo are pretty much flying around like Xenoverse and doing, you know, high powerful attacks and shooting mega blasts and everything. And to me, I just don't think that's authentic. You know, if we are going to follow that that experience, you know, that we've seen with the Dragon Ball series and the franchise, especially if you're going by sagas, none of that really occurred. You know, the combat was more grounded during that. And speaking of grounded, and that's another thing I'm noticing, it looks like everything's going to be based on aerial combat. Because even when the characters are on the ground, if you're not walking around or if there's not no story segment, even your character can't plant their feet on the ground during combat. Everybody is floating. So this game seems more like a flight fighter, an aerial-based fighter, or aerial-based RPG more than anything else. And that really concerns me, and that really turns me off, you know, from this game. I want to see my character, I want to see Goku and them, and I want to see some of the battles be grounded. Now, I know Dragon Ball franchise, especially in Dragon Ball Z and beyond, you know, the characters fought in the air, but they also fought on the ground as well. And most of the combat is pretty much on the ground. It's taken into the air until, you know, they do the teleport and they knock their opponent in the air. But in this game, these guys are floating on the ground, floating in the air, and most of it is just seem like to me Kai blasts and, you know, supercharged moves and stuff like that. So I'm not really feeling the direction they're going with this. And as I said before, it looks nothing more than Xenoverse, but expanded upon as far as exploration is concerned. And that's what I'm really getting disgusted with the whole Dragon Ball games was going on. It's like Namco or Bandai Namco is pretty much reusing the same, you know, aesthetics. They reusing the same form of gameplay and everything and just rehashing it, and you're just revisiting the same sagas over and over again. Now, I think Dragon Ball Z Kakarot would have been a lot better if it was a much more of an original game. Let's take these characters from Dragon Ball and create even more original stories. You know, take these characters out of their element. You know, be a little edgy. You know what I'm saying? Be a little bit risky with the storytelling, with the character progression, and tell stories that the manga didn't tell. And of course, these stories can be non-canon. You know, they don't have to follow the actual lore of the story, but mix it up a bit so it feels new to the fans who always been playing Dragon Ball. And at the same time, they can pretty much try to capture a new audience who never heard of Dragon Ball, and you can introduce them to the Dragon Ball series when it comes to a game like that. And it seems like Bandai Namco don't want to do that. They know that the fans, the Dragon Ball fans, is going to eat this up. They're going to just, hey, let's just take something that we already know works, and we'll just tweak some things, make you feel like you got a whole new experience, and then bam, there you go. We're going to wrap it up, send it to you, and you guys are going to eat it up and play it. And then fans get together, they play it, and then they complain about it, but yet they still go in and support these type of games. And I know that Dragon Ball, you know, the Dragon Ball series and the license has so much potential. We've seen with Arc System has done with Dragon Ball Fighters. Now, despite some of their character choices in Dragon Ball Fighters, that is still a solid fighting game. And like I said, I enjoyed the original Dragon Ball Z Budokai games, you know, back during the PS2 and GameCube and Xbox era. You know, I enjoyed those because I was able to relive that experience, and it was new at the time. Seeing Dragon Ball Z in 3D, and you reliving some of the sagas with some of the twists to it, and the combat was great. But all of it has been done before now. You know, we've seen it, it's been done. And at least Dragon Ball Fighters tried to do something different with their storyline and stuff, even though it was kind of repetitive, but it was something different. And I think that they really need to take a different approach with future Dragon Ball titles and everything. But as far as Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is concerned, I don't really think that this game is going to really do well. I know there's a lot of fans out there that's hype and anticipating it and is really hyping it up. And I'm just saying to my fan base, if you are looking forward to this game, I'm just saying lower your expectations. Don't expect too much from it, because I'm not seeing too much from it. I know the game haven't released yet, and I know there's probably going to be more reveals. And I seen from an interview that Sean Schemmel may have slipped up and said that the Buu Saga is going to be in the game as well. So like this game is going to not only just, you know, be the Saiyan Saga and the Frieza Saga, it's going to pretty much go all the way up to the Buu Saga as well. So I'm not too thrilled about it, and you know, hopefully I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that I'm definitely gonna be right about it. We already seen Jump Force become trash, and I called it I called it for a very long time, and I think that this game is not going to live up to expectations, and if anything, it may be mediocre at best. But this is another game that they're cashing in on. They're not really putting any real effort into it. Don't get me wrong, like I said, I love the idea of open world, and I love how it looks visually. But as far as gameplay wise is concerned, this game does not look impressive at all. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below. Do I have a right to feel this way? And if you are looking forward to this game, let me know why you're looking forward to it. Do you think this game is going to shock the fan base? Do you think this game is going to live up to expectations? I'm very curious to see what you think about this. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to be notified for more games related to anime, hit the bell to be notified. This is MugenLord signing off. See you Game Fiends later. Peace out. It looks like you reached the end of the video. Well, while you're at it, check out some of my other discussion videos by clicking on the annotations below, and don't forget to follow me on other social media platforms to stay up to date with future content. Signing off.